And welcome back to where we remind you the only way to make sure everybody eats is to set the table, and we are not concerned by niggas who sit around and discuss fables.
Oh.
I am the Husky Face Hustler, your favorite R&B sensation, Beef Sweat, and Cedric the Entertainer's young son. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
You know, I had to come back with the spectacles because when we on camera, you know what it is?
What?
A motherfucking spectacle, nigga.
Wow.
And with me as always,
of course, it's your favorite sometimes guy, Big Mac Trav, and behind the camera, we got your man, South Bay Savant, walk-on wizard, the man who'll hit the top of the key three at every time is Cash Money, JP.
This man's beard has not grown in 18 years. It's amazing. He came out like this. And
I wish.
we were graced with someone's presence this week. She's smiling, thinking she's going to get an introduction, but we don't credit absences.
Wow.
No. So, you know, she gets, you know,
we miss
Madam motherfucking Secretary's in the goddamn building. We did miss her.
Yes.
You know, she's over here smiling fucking ear to ear right now,
to
looking
ear.
like a goddamn
Mickey Mouse. That's a Disney smile. You only
looking
find
like
there.
a fucking goober. She has 6 more dimples than usual right now. She's cheesing so hard.
You can add dimples.
And you know, we're back here. We're back like cook crack. And you know, we got the boys here with us. We got the boys in the building. So can we all give it up for ourselves one time? And we're going to jump right into it. This week's edition of Quake Haters is going to be a little different. Josh actually made specific, did I say that right?
Yeah, specific questions.
Yeah, I was about to say, I got your boy's dyslexic with a speech impediment, so you know it's a little challenging. But he has specific questions for all of us, for me and Trav, to ask each other, as opposed to just the random ones. So Trav has questions for me. I have for him. We have not seen these. So Trav,
and I'll start us off this week.
Yeah,
sounds good. All right. Who's the biggest? Who's the biggest peace athlete of all time? Wow.
All time?
All time. Any sport, right? Athlete. This crazy.
Gilbert Arenas.
You know I got the jersey, too.
No, and I only say it to his own fault. Gilbert Arenas made, if I'm not mistaken, over $100 million for 17 games. When that's off an interview that I got from him. Like, this is out his own mouth.
That's crazy.
It's swag. It's swag. But I'll say he was a true talent, though. So he earned the money to get it, or to get the contract. But
of course,
when he actually got the money, he became a piece. If we're going to go strictly off talent, Jamarcus Russell, no question. Because that nigga went home and told him that he looked at all this game film and there was a blank CD.
Yeah, that was.
There was like, yeah.
And I got them gats.
Like Gilbert Arenas. Okay. Should the Lakers be concerned?
You know, like I said, you know, I'm not a Lakers fan. Let's all get it straight here. Again, I'm not a Lakers fan. I've always been a Brown guy, so I've been here.
Not a true NBA fan.
Whatever. I've been here. So, you know, Lakers fans, I know it's been a while. You guys are used to the culture. I understand it. But I've been here for the finals for, you know, many years now. A lot, you know. So, yes, I am concerned. I don't count my chickens going in. You know, I definitely – we're down 2-1, but Braun was heated. I've seen the look. Braun was big mad. So he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back game 4. We'll be back. We'll be up 3-1. If we go up 3-1, everyone start get the champagne rolling. We're money.
I have one question.
I'm slightly concerned.
I have one question to go with that. You saw how Rondo brought up the body language thing?
Yeah, he did.
Do you think it's kind of crazy that they bring up body language and then that nigga's body language all game was fucking atrocious?
Who?
LeBron's, yes.
It was bad. It was bad. I honestly thought the refs were Anthony Davis. Honestly, that was I don't know how he got 3 fouls in like the first quarter or something like that. That was just absolute crap. But yeah, no, I understand, and I thought Rondo was a good man and big man for doing that. It was truthful. Could you be a stay-at-home dad?
Hell yeah, that's a goddamn goal. A domesticated father, bruh. God, I already look like I'm in my fucking 30s. I'm 26. I'm hoping somebody's grandmama likes me. Goddamn, bruh. I got nothing but stepdad qualities. I'm built like a futon. I love kids. I worked at the Y for like 4 years.
You do not love kids.
I love kids. I don't like the little niggas you bring me around.
That's crazy.
But like, I love kids, bro. Yeah, no, I'm not new to this.
So you're with it?
Oh,
you're not new to this. You're true to it,
bro. If there was a seeking arrangements for niggas to stay at home, I'd be on that shit.
I'm done. I want the next question.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, see, I gotta read these twice.
Would you rather have a great game and lose or play like shit and win?
Play like shit and win.
Exactly.
I'm a winner. Try to be. I like having good games. I feel good. Like when the people want to talk shit at the end, it's like, oh, like I did me, but that's not a good teammate though. You know, don't want to be too much of an I guy. You know, but I want to win. I want to win.
I think one of the best lyrics I had in my short and illustrious rap career was, "I'd rather have 10 assists than a 40-point game."
Wow.
It's just like If everybody else eats, what difference does it fucking make? You know
Let me
what
go
I mean?
off of that question. This side my question after that. So still winning. Would you rather have a 40 points or 10 assists? Still, dub is automatic. Dub because I'm going 40 points. I want 40 points.
10 assists.
Wow.
Because I'm a control freak, and I'd rather have niggas know they needed that. Like, they need Zo.
I like the logic behind this.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's you.
Oh, it's me. Okay. I was wondering, honestly. What are your thoughts on the Texans firing Bill O'Brien? Go ahead. Do it.
And the way that Pat McAfee, Billy O fucking Stooge is the goddamn out of here, boy. That man is... Oh, my God, man. It just... I take... Bill... I'll say this. I apologize to Doc Rivers and Marvin Lewis for the slander I've given them.
It's that big?
Only because I put down 2 black men, not realizing that the biggest fucking joke in sports was Bill O'Brien. They gave him the Doc Rivers deal. He got to be the coach and the GM, and they gave him the longevity past what he should have been doing, i.e. the Marvin Lewis. Now, don't get me wrong. Bill O'Brien clearly won that division with 7 different quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm about to say he deserves some credit.
No, he does. He does. But the same point is like this. If you want the control, like I'm a control freak.
Yeah.
So if Young in the Wash crashes and burns, it's on me. Because I chose to be this fucking controlling freak. So when it crashes and burns, you gotta get the fuck up out of here, bro.
I feel it.
You traded Nuke for a pack of cigarettes and David Johnson.
Oh my God, that was.
And then you were like, we're gonna get Brandon Cooks so we can give Deshaun Watson nothing but 5'9" wide receivers to throw to, and Will Fuller, who has the hands of a goddamn alligator.
And this hamstrings that are ready to snap.
He's the only
instantaneously.
He's the only deep threat who reaches for the ball like this. He looks like
T-Rex arms.
Yeah, when Jesus was handing out the fish in the baskets, this is how like they were walking up like this, bro. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Good God. Okay.
Which team do you want to see more next season?
Okay.
The Nets or the Warriors?
The Nets. And not just because I'm downplaying the Warriors of any sort. It's just because when we know what they're capable of. So I want to see what KD and Kyrie actually can do together. I want to see if this whole buddy scores. Because Kyrie's not a true point guard. And this man doesn't know. Tell me a season when this man's averaged more than 6 assists in a season. You might find one. You might. And I know playing with LeBron
wasn't the Deion Waiters years.
I know. And I know LeBron might skew that. You might try to say, like, oh, well, he had LeBron. Well, bullshit. He's a point guard. The man's supposed to create for others. So I want to see if he's really got it, if he can really lead a team like that. So I want to see it.
My father is a Knicks fan, and there's one mantra that they live by. Fuck the Ets.
Wow.
The Mets, the Jets,
ooh,
and the Nets.
I never realized that. Is that
fuck the Ets?
Do you think they did that on purpose?
I don't know, but fuck them.
Like 63rd? Oh. All right, and last question. Who's more washed? Wow. Trav or Zo?
Oh, Zo by far. Look at my fucking glasses. Look at my glasses.
Yes.
Look at my glasses.
Yeah, I couldn't pull those off. I'm not that washed.
I listen to 90s R&B on purpose.
Like, I like 90s R&B. Not as much. I like it, but not saying I'm listening to it like you.
Yeah, like I'm washed, bro.
Yeah.
I'm too washed to cheat. Ain't gotta worry about where I'm at.
Wait, that's crazy, bro.
No, it's a lie.
I'm done.
Hey,
Ask me the last question.
Do
I have one more? That's crazy, bro.
I'm too washed to cheat.
The implications of that statement are just crazy.
What? Oh, so it's crazy to be faithful?
Yeah, you're saying it's crazy for me to be faithful.
I didn't say that.
That's
said
what
it.
you said. No.
We have a new segment.
You're gonna hold.
What's going on in Travis's head?
You're gonna Kyrie me right now. You're gonna say like, oh yeah, well I actually have somebody on the bench who can shoot the last shot, but you're gonna. I said I can be faithful as the man who's sitting right here next to you. That's crazy. Can I get an audience mic here? Can I get an audience?
Crazy.
Thank you. That's crazy.
I have a question.
No.
So are you
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, you know how you know I'm washed and Travis isn't? Because when you're not washed, you can do bullshit things like have other people describe themselves and take it as a personal attack. Because that's what you did. I said I'm too.
I do not think that comment was directed at you.
I like it.
I think he was just saying that he is too washed to cheat, but that didn't mean.
I didn't even look at you.
Let me get it. Can I get a mic pass to the people here? Mike, take the mic. Sorry for hitting the mic on that one on accident.
If the shoe fits.
That's crazy. That's even crazier. But the shoe kind of fits sometimes. So, but I still say I'm
gonna just be honest. Like, Hey, I'll say this. I wasn't talking about Travis, but you know what? When bitches are like, damn, I hate niggas with abs, I don't get offended. You know why? Nigga, I ain't got abs.
That's
you know
point.
what?
That's a good point. I like that. I like
you know what? I'm going to just throw that one out there.
I like that.
You know
there was
class
I mean? Behind that. I still stand by what I said, but that's crazy. But
it's cool.
Hey, I must feel some type of way.
We don't judge. Oh, okay. I already know what you're going to say. Hey, and you better get in your fucking bag right now.
Okay.
What's the most annoying shit you see on social media?
I think I know what bag you're talking about.
You better fucking say it.
As a man who actually it's perfect transition, honestly. Almost perfect transition for you calling me out, but not calling me out at the same time. So perfect transition. Most annoying thing that I hate how social media has created this facade that's like, oh, like everything of your relationship has to be great and it's all seen on social media. I know a bunch of motherfuckers. I know people are gonna look at me and be like, well, you're one to talk. Well, guess what, motherfucker? I've seen it, I've done it, so I see it when I see it. All right. So I hate how people go like, or like they think that their relationship's so good, or they like, oh yeah, like all these pictures together, spending all that time together. It's fucking bullshit. It's just crap. It's just I've seen plenty of other dudes talking to me like, hey, yo, Trav, when we go in the strip club, when we go, oh my God, I'm hitting the thing. When we're gonna go do this and go do that, dirtbag things, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm seeing them take pictures next to each other and like, oh yeah, like, oh, I just got me some flowers right now. Oh, I'm so in love. Like, it is just, social media is fucked up beauty, relationships, politics. It's all crap. It's all facade. You know, it's just that's where I'm getting off.
Would you say it's a relationship highlight reel?
It's a life highlight reel, but just for what I want to go off on relationship wise, yes, the biggest thing ever. It's just it's atrocious. I hate it, and you know who you are. Be real with yourself.
All right, so we did have some topics that weren't necessarily vetoed, but like they were going to be glossed over real quick.
Okay.
So I have my own DunZo version of quick hitters for you, Josh, and the audience.
I like
all
this.
Sports related, nothing crazy, but like things we weren't really going to get to today, but like I feel like we should touch on a little bit.
I feel it.
Okay, most likely to succeed in their new hiring spot: Steve Nash, Doc Rivers, Billy Donovan.
Billy Donnie is a Chicago, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chi-Town. Most to succeed. Like, who's going to have the better record?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead, Josh.
Philadelphia. I'll go Doc Rivers because they already have a good team.
Okay, that's an easy one. Yeah, I'd kind of say there. I do think I think as much crap as Doc Rivers doesn't win, I think that he's still a good coach. I just think that the situation, like you said, is going to make it nice and easier. I think Ben Simmons will actually have a 15-footer this year. I'm going to go that far and say that, yeah.
Who gets hired first? Mike D'Antoni, Tyronn Lue, Mike Woodson.
Tyronn Lue, right?
You would assume.
He won a championship.
He should have been hired already.
He should be the coach of the Clippers, right?
Ooh, I mean, that's crazy.
Because it always be your own. We already know if Frank Vogel don't win this year for some reason, we know who the Lakers are hiring, and he's already on that bench. Jason Kidd.
Oh yeah.
It's always all right.
Kidd.
And one last question: if all parties lose this week, who loses their job first? Adam Gage, Dan Quinn, Pat Patricia. Or Matt Patricia.
Oh, man. Matt Patricia. If he loses, you know what? I'm going to go on because the easy answer would be the Yets. You know,
yeah, it's always,
the easy would be the Yets. But, you know, Matt Patricia should have been fired probably already.
Jim Caldwell got fired after winning 6 out of the last 8 games, going 7-9.
7-9.
Matt Patricia has won 9 out of 45 games.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think it was 20 something, like 9 and 20.
It was like 9 and 29.
Yeah, it's a high 20s. But yeah, I don't understand how the defense got worse, honestly. But.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw those out there real quick because I didn't think we were gonna have time to get to it. Josh, what was gonna be the next thing you wanted to speak on?
The next thing I wanted to speak on was, let me look at our fancy group message, was Kyrie and KD saying they don't need a head coach.
Oh, I feel some type of way. Can I start that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I like it. So, when I saw this, because I have a thing about Kyrie, I just think that he's a little too. I mean, the man's a great player. He does what he does, but sometimes he thinks too much, or he thinks he's too like high of himself, or like, you know, he thinks he's like way above it. Like what's the word, woke? Like you think you're way more woke. You don't say that about your head coach who's coming in. Steve Nash, a Hall of Famer. You're gonna tell me that, oh, we don't need a head coach. That's just language that you don't use because you're trying to belittle him before he even comes into the coaching staff. Like, you obviously need a head coach. I mean, you could say that, oh, he's not going to be, you know, drawing up all the plays, or he's going to be like the top shot caller or top dude. But you don't say that about a new head coach, especially when you haven't even proven yourself with the Nets. Like, what have you done there? So I don't agree with that at all.
I just don't think that or I should say this. I think it's funny that two niggas we know take a lot of things personal, have a problem, or have come out and said they don't need an authority figure.
Yeah.
I think that's very telling. You know what I mean? It's like, KD has a burner account, and to be honest with you,
That's
I fuck with
crap.
the burner account. I'm not going to lie.
I've thought about getting a burner account. That's
Nigga, no
reason.
one's talking about you.
Just saying. For shits and wigs.
What? You don't. All right,
It'd be
anyway,
fun.
Katie and Kyrie, not fucking London. But anyway, yeah, I just think it's very telling that, like, it's like, I don't know, I can't even translate it to anything. Like, there's not a metaphor for it because it just makes sense. But also, I feel like Steve Nash is so calm and cool, and the fact that he wanted to bring like Dirk into it and a couple other newly retired players, that they knew they could get away with saying some shit like this. Because I do believe like 3 years into the Mike D'Antoni thing, Steve Nash probably was like, I could run this without him. But I think the bigger issue is that Kyrie's like, me and KD don't need coaches.
Yeah.
The rest of the Nets might need a fucking coach. Like Wilson Chandler needs a coach.
Yes.
Like, you know, Spencer Dinwiddie needs a coach. Great players. Like, I fuck with both of them. But, like, some niggas need to be coached up. They need, especially Kyrie, with all of what he's going on up here with, and KD, both talking about depression, anxiety, to say you don't need someone who's been in your shoes, who have had very similar shortcomings, maybe not as many triumphs, but shortcomings, as Steve Nash, and to say you don't need him there?
Yeah, I just don't agree with that.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
no.
Yeah, that just
keep it in house. Like if you're gonna say, if you're gonna think like that, just don't say it. Keep it in house. You could talk to Steve Nash and say like, hey, like, you know, maybe
that's more disrespectful, I think.
I'd say it to him like, hey, you know, 5 minutes or we're in, you know, 8 minutes in the second quarter. Hey, I don't really need you at the moment. Like me and KD are grooving. Like let us call the shots right now. Cool, let him do it. I know Steve Kerr's done it with Steph Curry and Clay. Like let him run.
But here's the thing: sometimes not needing coaching, and not needing a coach are two different things.
That's true.
Like KD and Kyrie don't need coaching, maybe, but they need a coach. You need a mentor.
Of
you
course.
need someone who's going to guide you through an 82-game season, through the ups and downs and emotional turmoils that it
Agreed.
Yeah, niggas are wild. KD needs a brush coach. That's what he needs.
Good God, that's a fact.
Man, his head looks like goddamn taco meat.
All right, the next question was Jimmy Butler changing his image from a problem to a great leader.
Oh, immaculate, beautiful. I think it's like Jimmy Butler suffers from. I heard Kevin Garnett talk about how all basketball kind of seems like AAU ball. We played AAU ball, you and Josh. I mean, at a much lower level. You played a higher, but you know what I mean. And Jimmy Butler, I think the problem was he dealt with a lot of kids who have been told they were the shit for a long time. I think in Chicago, he was the last of an old regime in Chicago. So, like, you know, no Luol's there, Joakim's gone, you know, Taj Gibson's gone, Derrick Rose is gone.
Taj Gibson was an enforcer.
He was nice, nigga. Like, Carlos Boozer's gone.
Yes.
So I feel like that was just a change of scenery. He kind of might have went out like an asshole, but he didn't come in like that. Luol Deng, who I don't think has ever talked in his whole career, like, was his mentor. But I think he got to Minnesota and realized he was playing with a bunch of AAU champions, and these niggas had never had a real job or done anything in their life. And there's some NBA players that don't do that. But it's like, you had is Karl Anthony Towns #1 pick in his draft?
I think so, yes.
So you're playing with 2 #1 picks who ain't won shit.
Yeah, nothing.
And I think Ricky Rubio's still there that first time?
Yes.
And I have no salt against Ricky Rubio, who's also kind of changed his career around a little bit in the notion that he's a buzz. But it was a bunch of, like, I ain't done shit ass niggas trying to tell Jimmy Butler what the fuck's supposed to be going on. Like,
and being soft about it.
Like,
go ahead.
I'm good.
Yeah, it just kind of threw me off. Like, I know I'm kind of going on a rant, but it was just like, I heard something that's like, when there's a bunch of fake niggas around and you're real, then you look fake, because there's only because if something's fake long enough, there's nothing's real. And when you put him in situations with a bunch of fake ass niggas, he just looks as like he's actually the crazy one. Like, I can be right, but if everyone's saying I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter how long it is. But yeah, like, we all remember the story of when he goes to practice with
and whoops him
with the third team.
Yeah.
Only one who shoots.
I heard that his finals performance looked like, someone tweeted and said you guys saw what the practice looked like, because he was on like that. I heard it was crazy.
And we need a whole new segment called Things Josh and Dave Palais Say that come to bite them in the ass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And last week Dave told me that Jimmy Butler, we agree that Jimmy Butler is a great leader of men and that he enhances your game. But when you watch him play, it's not like he can take over the game or have an immediate impact on any given play. And it's like he heard this man from California because he said, "Oh, Dave, excuse me."
I think the quote was that he can't take over a game. Totally fucking wrong. That was one of the best finals games I've ever seen.
They're saying that it was one of the best performances like of any finals.
It's a
ever.
top 5 of our lifetime.
He was on his LeBron shit.
Like,
honestly,
it's crazy. Well, yeah, and that crazy stat that no one's outscored, out rebounded, out assist LeBron in like any finals game ever. And it's like the first time it's ever been done. Crazy.
And the dude who's shorter and like what 65 pounds lighter, maybe manhandling people.
He's out
outside.
there crazy. His post game was stupid.
The fadeaway, the 50?
That was really killing me. He kept getting smaller guys and creating the space with his body and fading away.
I got a question for you guys.
Please.
Where does Jimmy Butler rank amongst the best players the Lakers have played in this postseason?
Got him
numbered. I feel different about Jimmy. I've always been a Jimmy guy, and Zoe can always say that. I've always thought Jimmy Butler was that man. I'm gonna go say he's the second best player that they faced.
Who?
Oh, wait a second. They play Dame. Darn. You know what? I'm taking Jim. I'm going number 2. I'm taking Jimmy. I'm taking Jimmy Butler over Jamal Murray and
Jokic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't know if he's actually better than Jokic or he's just more aggressive. I think actual skill-wise,
that's the argument. I think the argument is Jokic and Jokic, whatever you want to call him, and and Harden. But was Harden hurt?
I was gonna say I feel like the Lakers saw a lot.
Why do I not remember the Houston Rockets in the second round? Was it just that trash?
Oh, because they don't remember being there either.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna say because I was like, was Harden there? Like, did he?
Who do you have ahead of Jimmy Butler?
Dame.
Okay,
that's it.
Yeah, and I'll say this because Dame. Jimmy skill-wise could argue that he might be a better skill. Dame's obviously a better scorer overall, but I would say because like you're in the NBA, anyone can get a bucket. Unless you're Chris Anderson and your career high is 18 points, anyone else is getting a bucket. I saw Corey Brewer put a 50 one time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean? But I know that was super fucking crazy. But I think it's closeout performances and like that, like when it's time. And Jimmy's done it a lot in the regular season. Mm-hmm. And he's been to the postseason a lot, granted a lot earlier in his career. Mm-hmm. That was the issue. He wasn't the go-to guy
Chicago,
then.
Yeah.
This is the first time he's really got to show. Besides last year, but even then he wasn't even supposed to. They only used him as the closeout guy. He wasn't even hot normally when he got to Philly at that point. So I think Dame beats him. I think the Jokic him could be 2. I think Harden and Russell Westbrook just weren't having the season. Like the team was cool, but they weren't having the season.
And then Jamal, that's the only one that I.
And Jamal Murray showed up. He got here.
Yeah.
But I'm not. But Jimmy Butler been doing this, so I'm not going to give. It's kind of like when we go back to the superstar idea about Donovan Mitchell. If this is the first time you've done this. Like for example, the Mavs can never make fucking playoffs again, and Luka Doncic ain't that nigga no more. You know what I mean?
He's that dude.
But like it can. But we live in a world of possibilities. So like I got to give it to someone who's done this.
Yeah.
Okay, my next question is I'm gonna start with you, Zoe. As a San Diegan, I've never seen hype in the city like we have seen the last couple of days with the Padres. What are your thoughts on the city rallying around
glasses off
Fernando Tatis and the San Diego Padres?
I literally had an hour-long phone call with someone yesterday about the fucking Padres.
Name them.
I'm not even lying.
Expose them.
No, I'm not.
Expose.
Your dad told me not to stop giving people shine.
True.
So, I will say this. The city aspect of rallying behind is important. This person on the phone, actually I'll say it's one of the Hurtado brothers. You guys hear us talk about it. Wow. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say which one. We can leave it up. But it was a great conversation. Great conversation. But he explained to me, he was like, the city lost the Chargers, and then the Padres are giving them hope.
Facts.
And I'll say this in me stating fucking facts. Never thought about that. Never thought about that aspect of it. So to answer your question, Josh, it's a great thing. I'm glad the city's hyped. I wish we were allowed to be outside. I feel like the city's actually losing a lot of money because we can't be outside.
Big time.
But Padre fans, look at me. Tio Clico's talking to you. If they just won a series and everyone has to get COVID tested, do not touch this motherfucker's hand when he reaches for it, because if he gets COVID and then he goes to wherever the fuck he has to go and he can't play, it's because one of you dirty fucking swines who was licking your fingers at Bubs all goddamn weekend gave this motherfucker COVID.
I heard they got fire
and then
burgers.
El Nino's gonna be El Sicko, and then you guys ain't got no fucking chance.
I heard Bubs has fire burgers. I've heard they have a great Memphis burger there.
Best place to find someone who's gonna give you mistake sex.
That's crazy. Okay.
What about you, Travis? What do you think?
Yeah, I thought of it. Me and you talked about it earlier. I think it's beautiful as being a, kind of a Padre fan who adopted the Padres about 2 to 3 years ago officially, even though I always rooted for the home team. I think it's beautiful for the city. I saw a tweet that said, I've never seen my city like this. Shout out to one of the homies out there. You know who you are. And I really saw that. I mean, you really saw like downtown was like not so much on fire, but you know, it was just people, you know, honking, cheering, everybody vibing. I know COVID, it's not the best thing, but you know, without thinking about COVID, it was just beautiful to see everybody like getting together, all rallying around one thing, wanting the same thing. It was just good stuff. I like the money portion that you brought up. But and then when it comes to like bandwagoners and stuff like that, though, the only downside is I have seen like Friar Faithfuls, as they call themselves, even though it's a beautiful name, is that like don't try to like downplay the bandwagoners. Like it's all good energy. Like we all need the same. We all want the Padres to win. Maybe they just came out of the hole. Maybe you like know somebody that's fake about it. But like all energy towards the Padres is good energy. Like we shouldn't be putting anybody down just because like you haven't been here since '05. Like you know what I'm saying? Like just show the love.
And
like,
also, you know what's stupid about like when people are like bandwagon, like
yeah,
you know what's funny is like this: you're gonna be mad at someone for not wanting to be in an abusive relationship. So the Padres are in an abusive relationship at one point, so you're gonna be mad at someone for not wanting to make that decision. And two, it's like this: at any point in your life, people take advantage of other people when they get on top. If me and Travis get this show and this pops off, I'm no longer washed. There's gonna be hoes and other things. You know what I'm gonna do?
Different area codes.
And I'm gonna smash.
Oh.
These hoes didn't want me when I was here.
Oh,
but now I'm here.
Say the line.
No, it's fine. But it's just like it does. Like here's the thing. If like the thing is, those bandwagon fans aren't in love with it, and we understand. And here's the thing: the team knows that, but they still love the energy.
Exactly.
Like, yes, that chick didn't want me 6 months ago, but now I'm popping. I don't need to make her my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But I get to have some fun in the moment. That's fun energy. That's positive energy. Take the positive energy from that noob who knows nothing about sports and wears a fucking button-up shirt underneath his goddamn jersey looking like Steve Ballmer, and like just take it, enjoy it. It's a compliment. Be like, oh, you never thought I was cute before I had money.
Exactly.
But now bitch, she thinks you're cute, so just take the compliment and keep it moving.
That. Exactly. It's a compliment. Keep the energy. You know, you don't have to love them. You don't have to like, oh yeah, that's my best friend. You know, you weren't here with me in 2012, but you know what? I can respect the love. You know, that's beautiful.
People just get so buttered. I'm like, bro,
no.
like you were buns back then. If you weren't doing your job, were you supposed to get a promotion? No.
Yeah.
But we're gonna lean to something that Travis brought up with Josh, and this is very very glad that my two between the two of them, 75% of this is fucking white, or 125%. I don't fucking know if it's 200% or what. But anyway, that my Caucasianish brethren thought about this and the importance of the messages and just voter registration.
Perfect. That
they're pushing into not just the NBA or the NFL, sports. Like Josh brought up a good point. Josh, you want to bring your point about this is
probably the first time since Jackie Robinson that politics has been at the forefront of athletics.
Like, and I know a lot of people are going to bring up, because I did myself, and then I had to correct myself. I know we have the Jim Browns, we have the Muhammad Ali's, we have tons of other greats. But as we spoke about this off camera, it made more sense that, like, this is every sport.
Yeah.
Like, from NASCAR, golf, to, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just the black sports anymore. It's anyone who has a black trainer, anyone who has, you know, and I'll say this, fuck you, Brian Urlacher, anyone with black children. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care. I'm going to say that. Like, keep it a whole buck with you. Like, he has black kids, and he said what he said, and that shit's trash. And and that hurts because he's literally one of my favorite players of all time. Like, and I can be honest with you about it. But, yeah, just like the idea that this isn't a moment. This is like a true movement, and I know that's corny, and you see it on Instagram and shit. But like, it's
the truth.
Coming from a white guy, I like that it's not just a black thing. It's an everybody thing. Everybody's united.
And this is a right. I mean, and that's what me and Josh were talking about. You know, when I talk about the importance of, and all the sports bringing around the importance of voting. You know, it's you know, some people say that they don't want to vote, or like, you know, it's not important. My vote doesn't count here. It's just like this is a right that people fought and died for. And even though you may think that our system is broken and may not believe in our system, but this is how you partake in the system, and it's very important to do so.
And I'll say this as a young black man. You know, I have a mostly predominant Hispanic and black household, mostly black. I was big on not voting, only because in California on the presidential side, it's gonna be, I lean more liberal, just to be honest with you, but I do have some conservative views about certain things, and I'm not gonna get into it. This isn't about politics. This is about people.
Yes.
But above all is like this, and I had someone close to me brought this up. You don't have to just vote for the presidency. There, like, if you think that the two candidates, whatever year it is, are horrible candidates, you know what stops that from even being an option? If you vote on the lower levels and you build up someone in your district, or in your community, or your state that actually has a chance to become president later in their career, that you believe is a genuinely good person. And I know we've had presidential candidates in the past just come out of nowhere and not even be politicians, not just talking about our current president. But we had other presidents and government officials who do that. But if you're not happy with that, the way to build that up is to actually care about politics on a state and local level. Care about who's going to be your superior court judge. Care about who's going to be in charge of the education department, like things like that. Care about your superintendents, things along that nature. And that's why I believe personally, register to vote it's not just, everyone just looks at the presidential election. That's not the most important part, because we have who we have as options.
Yeah, and I love that you brought it up, because I was just on the way over here listening to NPR and, you know, local government. You're speaking on local government. I just found out that we're actually, our election for mayor, we have two, in the San Diego mayor is up this year. So I was like, wow, I had no idea. I had no idea about that. And I'm like, well, that's something now that I'm going to look into, look at, you know, what they support. And even though they're two Democrats, I'm still going to look at what they do and just get more involved in the system.
And I feel like we forget, like, we have a lot of people who scream things like constitutional rights on both sides. We have a lot of people who like to scream laws, but we don't understand the difference between federal and state. Your state can almost, for the most part, almost veto anything the federal government does. Anything, like at any point, for the most part, not all. There's obviously exceptions, but that's why it's the most important. If you don't, like, perfect example, everyone else was in quarantine. Florida's out here rocking right now, for better or for worse, but because the state is allowed to do that. You know what I mean? Because they elected these officials who were like, if y'all want to go outside, then guess what? Y'all can go the fuck outside. And, like, but here, they voted for them. And so you have to.
That's who they chose.
This is why it's important to understand the importance of local officials. And I'm also like this. I'm just as ignorant as the next person. I'm learning on the fly.
as well.
I can't sit here and act like I care as much. It's easier to learn about the presidency because it's on a huge scale. It takes more effort, in a sense, to learn about your local government and your politics and things like that.
Just in general information. I mean, if you want more information, or what information you want to create your own ideals, you can't just look at what the media is throwing at you and everything you see on that. You have to go in and do your own digging and see and read the articles, see who's publishing it and all that good stuff, so you can create your own thoughts. Because I think that's one of the most important things, is everyone screaming fake news and, oh, you look at you watch this TV channel, and I was like, well, I think that the biggest thing is create your own narrative, in a sense. You know, like, go get your own ideals and do your own research to come up with your own ideas. I think that's one of the most important things.
I am piggybacking somewhat off of what Ernie Johnson said at the end of last year's election. He went on TNT and explained that he didn't vote for either candidate last year. He voted for an independent party. I forget who the man is. I wish I remembered. But I thought that was bold, because he took it from a normal political topic to, this is what I thought was right. And then this is kind of like my point in it, is like this. You can believe a lot of these different narratives. You cannot think that Black Lives Matter as an LLC is, like, I've seen a conspiracy, then some truths that, like, the actual company does whatever they do with the money or whatever. But at the end of the day, it was started as a statement. And if you believe the statement's true, then you should support the statement the best you can. And that's not a political thing. That's a life thing. And I also believe, and I'll say this in solidarity, like, Black Lives Matter, black people and non-black people, we have to realize Black Lives Matter does not mean that other lives don't matter. It is a singular thought. It is not something that is looking for something to be a combative statement back. And we know what the combative statements are. We don't have to say what they are, because that makes us political. But we're just saying a legitimate statement that this matters. That doesn't mean anything. Like, we're sitting in a garage right now. I'm black. You're black and white. Josh is Caucasian and Jewish. Our producer Nat is full Mexican. I got 2 Hispanic homeboys over here. None of their lives matter any less or any more than mine.
Exactly.
Like, this is a beautiful melting pot, and America would like to tell you and, like, feed you that it is a melting pot. But let's be honest, America's segregated like blocks, like anything else in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we live in a beautiful city that allows us to actually see people's cultures and, like, really actually get a definition of who people and what their upbringings are. I'm gonna say something I've said for a long time. If you're racist in San Diego, nigga, you're trying to be racist in San Diego.
It's crazy here.
Because here's the thing, you have enough examples of great people in every aspect from every culture and ethnicity trying to do the right thing. So if you want to call me the N-word, I'm going to let you know right now, I got so many other fucking things to worry about in my life than shit like that. You want to tell me black lives or Hispanic lives don't matter? I got so many other things. And, like, stop fucking attacking the Elote man also online. That shit bothers the fuck out of me.
Don't hit the ice cream man.
Yeah, don't do this man's out here getting, But, like, yeah, I think it's beautiful what sports are doing right now, though, because, like we said, it's bigger than the political statement. Yeah. I believe, because I don't need to know. If you believe Black Lives Matter, I don't give a fuck what your political party is. If you believe that statement is true, then just vote however you feel is vote to reflect that opinion.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, and I'll definitely let you go, Josh. I definitely know you want to say something. I can see it in your face. But to piggyback off of the whole, you don't have to support, just the Black Lives Matter, or people find it unattractive to support due to like company and what their beliefs are and stuff like that. What I was talking to Josh about, what I thought we were really talking about getting to good stuff there, almost going to the whole NBA, like deciding on what you want to vote, is that like you don't just have to say Black Lives Matter. Like you can support equality, while not saying technically the words, Black Lives Matter. If you find that unattractive, or if that's what's bringing you away from it, then you can try to, as people who lean to the left or right, doesn't matter on what side you are, we could all just be about equality. You don't have to say the words Black Lives Matter, because equality, like you said, we're not saying that our lives matter more than anybody else's. Equality is saying that, like, your life, Matter Secretary's life, matters just as much as everybody else. And I think that's the huge thing, is that people sometimes are looking into it, too much. It's like, what kind of sides? It's just like, we're just all trying to be equal and bring everybody together. And I just think that's the most important thing.
I just think there's a lot going on in the world. It's not cute or cool to be ignorant,
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, we're 26, 27 years old. You should be informed on what's going on. I wanted to add, too, people that say, the numbers are going down for the NFL, people in New York aren't watching. People in New York aren't watching because the Jets and the Giants are the two fucking worst teams in the NFL.
Fuck the Eds.
That's not because, Black Lives Matter. I think it's just ridiculous. And if you want to give up a sport because of Black Lives Matter, then bye. We don't want you.
Exactly.
We don't want you here.
And I was talking to you about the whole, turnoffs. So people have turnoffs. Some people have Black Lives Matter, taking a knee. Taking a knee is a big turnoff for a lot of people. And, great thing that they did the first game of the NFL was, they banded together, linked arms, just showing brotherhood, showing equality, because that's all. At the end of the day, that's all it's about. That's what they want. That's what we want.
You can't argue with someone whose goal is to be against you.
Of course.
Like at the end of the day, and here's the thing: I don't really know. Was it Arrowhead or the Texan Stadium they were in the week one? Was it Arrowhead?
It was Arrowhead.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Never been to Kansas City. I don't know if those boos are manufactured. We've heard a lot of things saying they're fake boos or they're real boos, or maybe some just cheering because they walked out right before. I just don't see. But here's the thing: if it is real and those are real boos, then fuck it. Like those are because here's the thing: they were gonna be mad no matter what. If we stood, they would have found a reason to be mad that niggas stood. If they didn't stand, they were gonna be mad that we didn't stand.
Yeah.
I can't please you all the time. And here's the thing: is like this. I think it's crazy, and I'm just gonna keep this a buck. And this isn't political. This is like, there are tons of people that are willing to wear a black player's jersey and put that black player's last name and number on their back, but not support them for the rights that help that black player survive in society to the point that they get to have that name and number on their back. That blows my high.
That's a good
because
point.
It's just like you don't know. Like I hate the perception that money just solves things.
It does, yeah, no.
And I know we've been cussing a little bit this episode, and I just want to true to the I talked to one of my other friends this week, and this is a term that a lot of people aren't going to want to understand or hear, but it's the truth about this. And this part will be about for the black people. Everybody want to be a nigga till you treated like one. Like we are a culture, not saying any other culture less, but we are emulated, we are objectified, we are tons of things. But it's always cool to get your black culture from someone who's not black, and they love to act like us until someone treats them like us, and then they want to be fucking offended. And that shit's trash. If you don't want to hear my political statements, don't cheer for me when I get a first down. That's just my personal view. Actually, fuck that. Not political. Just life, just civil, civil rights. That's the thing. It's civil.
Yeah.
I was born. Every man is created equal. That's what we were sold. That's what we were told. After the 3/5 compromise, they told us we were supposed to be equal.
Yep.
Well, motherfuckers, show me it.
Yeah, I feel it.
And thank you for listening to The Young and the Washed. This is my cool jazz radio phone operator voice. I lost my glasses, but we're back. But no, seriously, thank you guys. We've been getting a good amount of support from everybody for the shirts. But don't forget, you can purchase them for the low price of $20.
$20.
In my used car 10 sale voice.
Oh.
But you
hey, that's goated,
at the fresh shirt 10 sale going on JP25 Media now. But we're gonna do the raffle.
That's fantastic.
So I'll do the second prize, and I'll let Travis ring for the grand prize.
Ooh.
I like to thank you guys. We did get over 50 entries. That was like I really fuck with that.
Thank you guys.
That means a lot. So for the lower prize of the two, actually, jumping out the gym, we are looking at.
I want to see this.
One. My boy JR.
That's gold.
Which I'm happy he won, because I was telling Josh, this is actually really funny. I only put his name in once, and this is actually really funny because he entered about 36 fucking times.
Are you kidding me?
And when I told him, hey bro, chill, he said, I'm really trying to fucking win. So I think it's funny that I really did only put him in there once, but he did do it like.
He should have only got one.
Yeah, I only get one entry.
Hey, fate. The man wanted it. The man wanted it.
Yeah. All right.
Second one. Let's see here.
For the grand prize.
Let's see who's got light skin power.
The grand prize is one shirt, one custom Cali Girl Creations mug, one condom, one dead stock sticker.
Wow, hey, the cup is really nice too.
Yeah.
So we got this. Joey Razzo?
Joe Razzo. My fucking guy.
That's hilarious.
And Joe, I respect this and I support. I'm glad you won this, because when I was rapping, you had a t-shirt company, and you definitely gave me free shirts for a show that got canceled, so I've been owing you this shirt for about 6 years.
Wow.
So
more fate.
And you know what? I'm feeling a little special. You know, we're going to give away one more shirt. Just off GP.
Spontaneous.
Just off GP. And we're looking at...
What we got?
Oh... I'm so mad this motherfucker won this.
Holy shit, that's hilarious. Hey, he shows love for a long time.
He shows love for a long time. This motherfucker, he don't even deserve it, but it's all right.
He's a great man, though.
Great man. Hey,
man.
Hey, our cuts, our cuts are sponsored by this man. Somehow, fucking young Vega won this. Young EV Cuts wins this.
That's crazy.
I don't even think he deserves this, because it's just like. I mean, we come in here every week looking. Travis is looking cute as fuck today. You know what I mean? He came in. I can't believe. But hey, you know what? So
111% all the time. 100.
Hey, it's true. So the grand prize winner is the boy Joe Razzo.
Joey.
And then number 2 goes to my boy JR Antes. JR, I love you, but you know I can't. And number 3 goes to fucking EV.
What a sack.
What a fucking sack. But thank you guys for the support. Young on the Wash.
Out.